the backside theming elements and all the different supports that are available inside ThoughtExchange, that is worth its weight in gold. When you talk about time is money and how we invest it, the investment that we have made in ThoughtExchange as a district in terms of my time, in terms of the team that supports all the LCAP development and crunching data and putting all these things together, was dramatically reduced. Before ThoughtExchange, we used Google Surveys, we used SurveyMonkey, which definitely has their value in place. The challenge that we had for the multiple years that we used those as our methods is analyzing all the qualitative data and theming that came out about that. When we brought ThoughtExchange in, we asked the same type of questions. What could we do better? What should we be thinking about? What could our goals be? Those types of questions, very open-ended. And we were able to get much more substantial feedback, as well as kind of through that rating process, we saw what came to the top. Oftentimes you're in rooms and meetings and getting feedback, and that loud person kind of like, oh, steals the thunder there. And it's like, okay, everybody must be thinking that. When we used ThoughtExchange, that changed. Like, yeah, some of those elements came out in our thoughts in the exchange process, but we also realized that as the community gave input, that was not a big priority for us. So the mountain of feedback that we had on these qualitative pages of data was significantly reduced, and the platform allowed for us to get all these different voices without being stuck in 80 pages of qualitative data feedback. The powerful thing that we did with our LCAP is we started with a big question. What do you think of our goals? What feedback do you have for that? And we did that the whole month of January. February, then all I did was all the top themes that came out from all the different groups that we had, participation groups, like, were amazing to be able to say, okay, teachers thought this, our classified staff thought this, our community thought this, and come up with top 5, top 10 lists of all that. And then to take that to focus groups, like, then we did these smaller focus groups where we had parent focus groups and classified staff focus groups and our certificated staff focus groups. And our superintendent was very involved with that process and bringing it to her superintendent forums. And we used that. And then all of those top themes, then we ran live exchanges in those groups and said, okay, is there something else we missed? Is there anything more that you think, gosh, this group didn't give us enough feedback on? And then we did a live exchange in all those different focus groups. I called them Focus Group February because there was probably 10 or 12 of them that happened in the month of February. And it was powerful because, again, the themes continued to reiterate themselves. No, continue to focus in on this, continue to focus in on B, continue to focus in on C. And so it was really great to take big granular things and like, okay, let me test it with this group. And it's like, oh yeah, those themes still continue to come out. Like, it was wonderful the way that part worked out. And then circling back to like, how did that fill in? How did that, people knew that we used that feedback. And then one of the beautiful things about LCAP is you have to talk about, here's the feedback that you got, and then how did that influence your plan? It was beautiful to be able to put, this group said 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see evidence of this in plan in goal 1, in section 2, in section 3. So building out, like, there's no argument when it comes to my LCAP, our district's LCAP, that the voices, the feedback that they gave us are prominent throughout even the goals as well as the action steps that we're taking as a district. For my colleagues that I work with throughout Orange County, I have constantly sung the praises of the capabilities that ThoughtExchange offers in reducing the workload for them. And you truly don't know the benefit of it until you jump in and do it. And once you experience how it changes the entire process and timing and workload, you'll never go back. It's never a question of do we continue Thought Exchange next year? It's how are we going to use it differently and how can we innovate from there?